My fellow Nigerians, let me begin by congratulating all of us for witnessing the celebration of another Democracy Day today, the 12th day of June 2024. This year also marks our nation's 25 years of uninterrupted democratic governance. On this day, 31 years ago, we entered our rites of passage to becoming a true and enduring democratic society. Going through this passage was hard and dangerous. During the fateful 6 years that followed, we fought and struggled for our natural rights as human beings, put on this earth by the divine hand of our Creator. We lost great heroes and heroines along the way. In this struggle, the winner of June 12, 1993 presidential election, Chief MKO Abiola, the most significant symbol of our democratic struggle, his wife, Kudirat, General Shehu Musa Yar'Adua, and Pa Alfred Iwani, amongst others, sacrificed their very lives. They bravely surrendered their fortunes so that our nation might have a better one. Let us honor the memories of Chief Anthony Enahoro, Chief Abraham Adesanya, Commodore Dan Sulaiman, Chief Athon Wanko, Chief Chukwuemeka Ezeibe, Admiral Ndibusi Kanu, Chief Frank Kokori, Chief Bola Ige, Chief Adekunle Ajasin, Chief Gani Udaudu, Chief Ayo Fasami, Chief Gani Fawemi, Chief Olabi Idrojaye, Dr. Beko Ransom Kuti, Chima Ubani, and others who have transited to higher realm. The sacrifices of General Alani Akinriyade, Professor Bolaji Akinyemi, Professor Wole Soyinka Akinyemi, Chief Rap Professor Wole Soyinka, Chief Rap Obioha, Chief Colonel Adebayo, among many others, should never be forgotten. For at least 6 years, they bore the pain and difficulties of life in exile. While the exiled pro-democracy activists kept the fire burning, their comrades at home sustained the pressure on military leadership. Among the latter are Olisa Agbakoba, Femi Falana, Abdul Oro, Senator Shehu Sani, Governor Ubasani, Chief Olufalaye, and other National Democratic Coalition leaders such as Chief Ayo Adebanjo and Chief Ayo Okpadokun. The sacrifices they made and the precious gift brought about by their selfless devotion can never be repaid nor forgotten. We could not have won the battle against dictatorship without the irrepressible Nigerian journalists who mounted the barricades along with the pro-democracy activists. We celebrate them today, along with their media establishments, such as The Punch, The Guardian, National Concord, Tribune, The News and Tempo, and Tel magazines. The undemocratic government of the day proscribed these media establishments and jailed their journalists for standing for free speech and civil liberties and the sanctity of the June 12 elections. That's why the leather might of the authoritarian government, what appeared to be high and unyielding walls of dictatorship, came tumbling down. The dismal fortress exists no longer. The power of an idea, the power of the people proved more potent than all the guns, the munitions and the threat of the strong men. The nation exited the yoke of dictatorship in 1999 to become the most populous democracy on African soil, the beacon of democratic self-determination for the black race and one of the largest democracies in the world. This change stands as a pivotal moment in human history. From this change, we shall never turn, nor shall annals of mankind's progress forget the sublime meaning of this great moment. Today, 25 years later, we celebrate the silver anniversary of our journey in democracy. We have studied the course. Democracy is neither a foreign nor abstract concept devoid of real-life meaning for us. Neither can we afford to reduce or minimize it to being nothing but the mere holding of periodic elections where one candidate and party outdo another. While elections attract democratic attention, they are but one aspect of democracy. Democracy is a way of life that encompasses a broad outlook of which elections are but a part. As such, a nation can have elections without being democratic, but a nation cannot be truly democratic without holding elections. That we have established a tradition of holding transparent, open, and fair elections gives credence to our democratic standing. That we have experienced peaceful transitions of government affirms our democratic temperament. Fellow Nigerians, true democracy shined its light on the daily lives of the people who live under its nurturing wings. It affords us the freedom and liberty to think as we want, live where we want, and pursue whatever legitimate endeavors suit us. Democracy does not assume some false or forced unity of opinion. In fact, democracy assumes that conflicting ideas and differing opinions shall be the order of the day, given the diversity and variety of the human experience. There must be diverse perspectives and viewpoints. What democracy demands is that we do not resolve differences through force and repression, but to make allowance for the legitimacy of views that differ from our own. The other forms of government imposed against the will of the people. Democracy aims to make leaders who conduct themselves as servants of the common good, not as viceroys of the narrow interests of the might. My dear compatriots, Nigeria faced the decision of untold gravity 25 years ago, whether to veer towards better destination or continue aimlessly in fog of dictatorship. We made the right choice then. We must continue with that choice now. As Nigerians, we must remind ourselves that no matter how complicated democracy may be, it is the best form of governance in the long run. We must also be aware that there are those among us who will try to exploit current challenges to undermine, if not destroy, this democracy for which so much has already been given. This is the great battle of our day, and the major reason we specially celebrate this day as Democracy Day. The true meaning of the day is not to focus solely on the great deeds of the past that have brought us to this point. Yes, we pay eternal honor to those who laid down their lives, sacrificing everything to pave the way for the nation. I stand uniquely placed in this regard, and I was among those who took the risk to midwife the birth of our democracy. I am now a direct and obvious beneficiary of the fruit of those historic efforts. As a president of this nation, I am morally and constitutionally bound to preserve this precious form of governance. I vow to do my utmost best to protect your rights, freedom, and liberty as citizens of Nigeria. Even more than that, I pledge to do whatever is necessary to cement democracy as our way of life. Although the challenges are steep and multiple, I am grateful to lead Nigeria at this moment in our history and point in our democratic journey. I come before you also to declare that our most important work remains before us. The real test has never been whether we will rise to the challenge, the sling of misfortune and grievous pains of dictatorship. The real test is whether we shall lower our guns and fail to defend democracy as the shadow of despotism and its evident physical danger lead. I say to you here and now that as we celebrate the enshrinement of our political democracy, let us commit ourselves to the fulfillment of equally important counterpart, the realization of our economic democracy. I understand the economic difficulties we face as a nation right now. Our economy has been in desperate need of reform for decades. It has been unbalanced because it was built on the flawed foundations and over-reliance on revenue from exploitation of oil. The reforms we have initiated are intended to create a stronger, better foundation for future growth. There is no doubt that the reform has occasioned hardship. I feel your pains. Yet, the unnecessary repairs required to fix the economy over the long run so that everyone has access to economic opportunity, fair pay, and compensation for its endeavor and labor. As we continue to reform the economy, I shall always listen to the people and will never turn my back on you. In this spirit, we have negotiated in good faith and with open arms with organized labor on a new national minimum wage. We shall soon send our executive bill to the National Assembly to enshrine what has been agreed upon as part of our law for the next 5 years or less. In the face of labor's call for national strike, we did not seek to oppress or crack down on the workers as a dictatorial government of the past would have done. We chose the path of cooperation over conflict. Nobody was arrested or threatened. Instead, the labor leadership was invited to break bread and negotiate towards good faith resolution. Reasoned discussions and principled compromise are a hallmark of democracy. These themselves shall continue to animate my policies and interaction with the constituent part of our political economy. I take on this vital task without fear or favor, and I commit myself to this work until we have built a Nigeria where no man is oppressed. In the end, our national greatness will not be achieved by traversing or traveling the easy way. It can only be achieved by taking the right one. The words of American President Franklin Roosevelt sadly rings true, and I quote, "There are many ways of going forward, but only one way of standing still," and unquote. We dare not slumber, lest the good things awaiting our immediate future pass us by. We dare not plant our feet in the idle standstill in the middle of the intersection of hope and despair. We know the proper way forward, and we shall take it. The initial rays of a brighter tomorrow now appears on the horizon. An abundant future and our capacity to achieve that future lies within our reach. Democracy and the institution it begets over to take us to our profound destination. Let us board this progressive train together. And together, let us move Nigeria forward. Let's continue to keep the fire of democracy burning. Let's keep the torch lit for generations to come. May God continue to bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria and preserve our democracy. I wish us all happy Democracy Day.
Around the world, non-stop. This is Voice of the People, 90.3 FM.
Good morning again. You just listened to the presidential broadcast. Our president, His Excellency, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, just addressed the nation to mark today's Democracy Day. And the way it has gone, we may not just be able to look at all the papers the way we would normally, but we'll still take a look at them. But right now, we'll be joining Rufai. We'll run through some of the things said in the speech, and where possible, we'll also look at some of the headlines we have. Rufai is on already. Ejiro Mokoro will be joining us shortly too. Good morning, Rufai. How are you?
Morning. I think the most important headline this morning is the Democracy Day speech.
Yeah.
About 55 paragraphs thereabouts, and he talked a lot. Paid tributes to those that fought for democracy. paid tribute to the likes of President Bola Kemi and other stalwarts, Femi Falana, the regulars. Talked about democracy, talked about the need for democracy at a time like this. Then also talked about labor. And I was taken aback because he said they've agreed on this, they will send an executive bill soon. As Labour agreed, is it 62,000 they are going to give to them?
I was wondering myself. I was wondering myself because so Labour said that they were waiting to hear.
That's why I was saying that I don't think it was a good idea for Ajero to have gone to Switzerland. He should have stayed back and done the lobbying, He's saying we have studied the cause. It's amidst of all of the sufferings. A lot of people are looking back at democracy 25 years after and saying, was this truly what we fought for? Mm-hmm. And we should ask ourselves, when the political answer was asked ourselves, And he said democracy is neither foreign or abstract concept devoid of real meaning to us. Neither can we afford to reduce or minimalize it, but we must holding political elections to one another. The question we should ask him is, what are those tenets of democracy? Respect for the media. He was talking about the fact and praising the media, but under his administration, we've gone back to arresting journalists. Even journalists have not released stories. They have been arrested by the Draconian Cybersecurity Act. So all the things that we fought against are the things we've gone back to do it now. Most of the journalists that are exposing government, they had it different from the likes of the temples of this world that even did more in exposing the radio kudurats of this world. So, I also said that as Nigerians, we must remember ourselves that no matter how complicated democracy may be, it's the best form of government, yes. But we must also be aware that there are amongst who will try to exploit our challenges to undermine it. The truth is, nobody is trying to exploit the challenges. You must also remember that democracy must be made to work for people. A democracy where the lawmakers are feeding fat, you are building vice presidential home with 21 billion at the expense of people suffering. That's not democracy. And in paying tributes to those that lay down their life, we must be able to ask ourselves, what have we done to be able to ensure that the fairway to poverty Abiola was talking about then in June 12 is now become welcome to poverty under President Tinubu. And that's the sad reality. Yesterday I went somewhere, somebody gave me tomato. When I brought it home, it was like gold to everybody.
They give you tomato free, take away.
They give me tomato.
I bet where be that?
They give me tomato, and I'll tell you now. It was gold. It was gold to everybody. So these are the things we are talking about. Democracy should not be about victimization. It should not be about victimization. Those are the things we should keep telling ourselves.
There is this part where he said no one was arrested or threatened. That is talking about when Labour went on strike and all that, and said instead the Labour leadership was invited to break bread and negotiate towards a good faith resolution.
Labour had to release a message that they were surrounded by the military when they went to negotiate. That was intimidation tactics. And the military now had to say, they came with the National Security Advisor. So they should stop telling us what is not true.
Yeah.
Let's just make this democracy work. You see, democracy will have a lot of exploiters. But we must see beyond the exploitation and see the interests of people. So I wish a lot of Nigerians happy Democracy Day. We can do a lot better. We can make this country better. And God will give us the capacity to. Let me rest my case here this morning. God bless us all.
But before you go, Dangote Refinery, they made the news that they will be coming out in July between 10 and 15 instead of the earlier scheduled date that they had some little challenges here and there. What do you think?
When we see it, we'll comment.
All right. Okay, thank you.
January they say they will come out first.
Now, so they talk. Now for newspaper, they say, Small and Novex, so around July. We cannot shout. All right, have a beautiful day. Ejiro, good morning.
Bless you,
Good
my
morning
sister.
to
Happy
you.
Democracy Day.
Hey,
God bless you.
I was trying to say it was a demonstration of the hand. The
I
other
just
word
got
that the
beg
last
you.
said. No, I didn't. Did you see me finish it? I deliberately did not
It's
finish
not,
it.
it's not,
Hmm?
it's not, it's
And
not
then
demonstration of the other one. It's demonstration of hope, renewed hope.
renewed hope.
Yes.
Renew your
Well,
hope daily.
my people, after I listened to the whole speech, did you know what I decided to do? I have
Eh.
decided that I will not amplify that speech. Because right now, as we did, sir, we have gotten beyond speech making. What do we want now? Solutions to our challenges that are not even difficult to resolve.
Okay, make we
Because
let
one,
make we let Rufai go, then we'll
We
carry
don't
on.
tell them. You know, as I did, so you know what they wash? You know what they
tell me,
wash?
tell me.
Cartoon Network.
You know what they wash? I did watch video of how somebody they use cucumber cook stew.
Correct. You are in the spirit.
But listen, Nigerians, stew is whatever you call it. Stew is whatever
Eh.
you call.
I did
Yes,
see
sir.
how people they use cucumber cook stew.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir.
Cucumber. Because tomato don't dare.
Stew na anything.
You know, say Nigerians have to learn how to improvise, how to eat swallows overseas.
Yeah.
The things they never thought they could use as swallow, they now discover that it they work for this side.
See, if you go to some countries like Gambia and Co, they can use only onions to prepare inko. So anything you call stew, maybe stew.
Exactly.
I think we don't they learn now.
Abi?
At first some people first they use carrots cook stew.
Of course.
When they see the carrots don't dare, they come move to cucumber. If cucumber
Correct.
dare now, maybe now watermelon we go see you say cook stew last night.
Of course. Why not? If not,
At the
fry
end of the
and
day, they're all
dry.
nutritional, which is
And
good,
this
by the
way-
way.
And this day we go see use orange peel cook soup for this country.
So fine nutrition.
God will heal us.
Amen, amen. Have a
I
beautiful
beg,
day.
enjoy your
Rufai.
cucumber stew, fine.
All right, Ejiro, good morning.
So quickly, to me, good morning, Julia, wonderful woman that you are, on this demonstration of a headache.
Democracy.
I don't know, but a headache. Make I just go straight to, I think, some important conversations. For me, that is the key one. The president should summon all his intelligence agencies, all the other institutional agencies, right, and ministries who are specifically targeting journalists. Because the truth talk say, even in the Nigerian constitution, it made it very clear, section 39 in particular, and section 22 as well. It makes it clear that the role of the journalist is to call out the government, is to hold government accountable for public trust. So, the only thing of all the things he said today that I think is significant is the fact that even in one hand, he had praised those who made democracy work through the media. He has also, through his own era, as we have seen, there have been more than 15 cases of the abduction of journalists just under his tenure. I mean, never reached 1 year, as it were. Make we peg up now 1 year. Do you get me? And you are just using the cyber crime, abusing the cyber crime, testing Nigerians' mettle with regards to the application of the cyber crime, and you're targeting journalists who are doing their job because somebody of importance, aka importance, in government, who was held accountable, you say no, you cannot be held accountable. No, we cannot work like that. So if democracy will survive, the media has to thrive. Because democracy is an offshoot of freedom of the media. So press freedom is very important, and we're doing our job because the Constitution gave us that power to do what? Speak truth, uncover what should be removed in the society for the public good, address issues that affect us, and bring about social changes.
Ejiro.
Because what we did in talk today was actually the media.
Ejiro,
Without the media, is no talk.
You see, as they talk that place, it was sounding like worship session. I was feeling it. But something has to be done here. What you said, the freedom of the media, right? There is something that hovers around it. If not, it becomes the undoing of the media investigation. Now we have a big challenge where we have media houses quoting bloggers, quoting things they found on social media. For us to take whatever the media is saying as the truth and nothing but the truth, investigation has to be done. There must be investigative journalism. If not, we would not be better than anybody who just carried a phone or whatever and they're doing citizens journalism without any fact checking and all that. So that is one thing we must look at. Freedom of the press, yes, but the press also owes the people the job of doing a thorough job, not being paid via brown envelopes, and carrying out proper investigations. If not, I repeat, they and bloggers, they are not different.
Correct.
You get me?
And shame on to those media organizations. Shame on to them, because me, I no go over and hide my mouth. Shame on to those media organizations where they go follow social media bloggers or influencers, because those people are information peddlers. That is their job. They peddle information.
Ejiro, let me give you one example. There was this, I don't know if you saw a clip of a woman who was carrying a child, right? And sitting on the ground, and they said they caught her. She was going to sell her neighbor's child, right? It trended. Some media people carried it as news. But I saw it.
They should be fined. Whoever that person was should be fined.
It was a skit. No. That's freedom that we're supposed to have. There is a big hammer on top of it if we don't behave properly the way we should. Joseph Olorenshaw is also in the house this morning. He will just say good morning and you continue. Ejiro, I'm trying to get his mic. Joseph, good morning.
Okay.
Good morning, and I'll be listening to very wonderful, especially from Erufai and
Nari Erufai, I beg you, not come to.
Then we talk fact checking, so we don't fact check you now.
No, Erufai is saying, you know the two rhyme now. Sometimes people send messages and say Erufai.
I know.
All right, so carry on from where you stopped. Go ahead.
Okay, so for me, this is the thing. And incidentally, I'm doing a training as we speak now with journalists from across Nigeria. I was invited to do that training. And one of the things I was talking about is the significance of the independent media. Independent media means that you must be doing the job properly, which means whatever facts that you must get out, that is the basis on which the media stands. You cannot be telling things that other people tell. You speak facts, you speak truth as it is. A situation where media organizations, rather than wake up to the reality of being more responsible and more tech savvy and digitally savvy, right? These are skill sets you learn. You cannot go and copy and paste. You are not the everyday information peddler. You are a journalist, and we must raise the prestige of journalism to the level that it deserves to be, so that people like us, we don't write about journalists for our book, for example. We will inspire the next generation of children to take on the mantle. They will be proud of it. The same way we've also been seeing how people see police in Nigeria. They see them as no any significant people. That's the mentality we have. And yet there are those who are there doing fantastic job, but they are not as heard as they should be. So what I would say to all these media organizations is this: remember, there has to be consequences. And the consequences should start from within them. I don't believe in censorship. I believe in accountability. And the social accountability theory states very clearly that a media organization must do its fact-checking very importantly. It must confirm that whatever is about to post is the truth. And where truth is being maligned, whoever is propagating it, there are consequences for such behavior.
Okay.
So that era where we get in those days, where if you do anyhow on radio, they will bench you, or they will discipline you, or they will give you all these other kind of tasks. We need to bring them back into the media mainstream again in terms of accountability. And the hiring process too is also crucial. The kind of people we hire, if they don't have the skill set or mentality or policy or mindsets that we expect, we should train them before we put them on air so that they can do differently. And if they're not performing to the standard expected, yank them or take them out of the system rather than toxify the system. So
Okay.
I go to other interesting stories.
Before you go, Joseph is here to let Joseph say a couple of a response to the one you just said, because I think we should also look at this thing. The president said that I understand the economic difficulties we face as a nation.
He does not understand it.
Wait
He does
first,
not
now you
understand.
to the hurry. Wait first. He said our economy has been in desperate need of reform for decades. It has been unbalanced because it was built on the flawed foundation of over-reliance on revenues from the exploitation of oil. It takes me back to the quarrel I've been having since. What about our natural resources? What is happening? to our mining, forests. I'm talking about palm oil and all those things. Everybody concentrating on crude oil. And he's now saying that as we continue to reform the economy, I shall always listen to the people and never turn my back on you. I'll start with Joseph quickly. Joseph, your reaction to that. Then Ejiro, your own too.
Okay. The first thing is the president is not elected to understand because we are not lecturing the president. We elected him for him to resolve all our challenges. And because when I listen to that, I understand. It take me back to my university, the University of after lecture. The lecturer will ask you, do you understand? Because he will be expecting the exam will be coming maybe some weeks or some months to come. So we are not going to set exam for the president. So what we should be saying for us to be thanking him for the last 1 year, how he has changed our life for better. I listened to when we're not talking of using cucumber and in Nigeria when something happens, we try to rationalize something that is not so that in order for us to look at a way to cope. But I don't think that is normal. So those that are very close to the president should be able to whisper to him and say, Mr. President, the Nigeria did not elect you to understand our challenges. It is for him to resolve all our problems so that people want to come back to Nigeria. There are a lot of wonderful Nigerians that want to come back, to come and contribute their quota to the system. But the news every day is a bit discouraging. So just as the president understands, we equally understand. You understand? So what we are looking at is Nigerians want him to resolve our challenges.
Ejiro?
So quickly, the NNPC, now the NNPCL, I mean the NNPCL, whatever they give it the title in terms of becoming a limited liability company, as similar to those you have in Saudi Arabia, the Aramco that it has over there. The thing is this, I do not like when somebody in charge of leadership shows high levels of cluelessness. When we have an NNPC over the years, since the venture began, many years ago, about 100 years ago, right, when that venture began, with the, not about 100 years ago, with the finding of the Oloibri oil, right, and they navigated into that space. Let us be honest, NNPC is the most shrouded resource center in Nigeria that was designed from the beginning to be shrouded. The one thing the president can do for us is to ensure that there's accountability in that sector. A sector where the finance minister does not even know how much crude oil we have, right? Does not know where the money of the crude oil is divested to, does not know how many is sold or how many are retained, does not know the number of cubic levels of gas that we have. And then this conversation of the Nigerian liquid, the Nigerian NGC, right, gas company, that is not even as formidable as it should be when it was designed to make sure that all the gas, we were creating connections to Morocco, right, for a gas pipeline. We are creating gas connection to other countries outside of Nigeria. But the one that was designed to affect us directly and provide gas to every homes in Nigeria, we relegated them. So if the president wants to start from anything, we have enough money. The monies are not being used directly in the area where they should be expended. How can we make so much money all these years, right? Look at, for example, Guinness is leaving Nigeria. It has handed over to another company that is 76 years old because he cannot believe that within the first 3 quarters of this present administration, they have lost over 1,000% of their own income. So how can you expect any business to thrive when you yourself, within 1 year, do you know how many industries have closed within 1 year of this administration? That is an example of evidence that there is a cluelessness in the handling of this business of the country.
Well, maybe from what he said,
the ministers.
From what he said that those were tough decisions that had to be taken because
what is the tough decision?
No,
the tough decision is to remove and identify every single person who has made it possible that the NNPC is not accessible and it is not transparent. That is one. Then we talk about all the Zamfara gold. We talk about all the other wonderful mineral resources we have. We have foreigners coming into Nigerian spaces, and they have more control over our resources than we do. We have contracts from road contracts. Do you know how many of the road contracts that was given to foreign nationals and how much they made from the soil that they were removing in the name of construction? The byproduct alone they have garnered from those road constructions across Nigeria. Do you know how much minerals they were able to remove apart from the monies they benefited from Nigeria? What do you think they come to this country? So we must get to a point where we understand that, look, these symptoms that we're always addressing, this knee-jerk response to issues, that is enough. The quality of the persons who are being given key responsibilities, it is clear they cannot do the job. They are not performing. Because the things that we need in Nigeria are very simple. You have the most wonderful people in the world. Nigerians are really good people. All they need is for things to work. But at the same time, and I'm going to talk to us as people, this message of this morning is about us. We have failed Nigeria. We are the ones who are not making Nigeria work. We, through our activities, through our engagement, through our treatment of this country, are part of the problem. An entire civil service that is designed, because remember, the NNPC was a civil service. There is the transparency and what do you call this one? That was a proper name for extraction, the extractive industries. We have extractive ministries in Nigeria. What are these extractive ministries doing? These are run by civil servants, from the PS down to the last, to the person at the gate of the extractive ministry. They have an important job to do. So why aren't they doing the job? Why are they also being the ones betraying us? Our Nigeria is not working because the civil servants and the civil service is not working. So if the civil servants are not ready to work, remove all of them and get people who are ready to do the job. There has to be consequences for things not working well. In China, why do you think they make things to work? Because there are heavy consequences that is example to everybody. So a situation where you are telling me that a snake took our money, or one baboon went to take our money, and there are no consequences. And then somebody takes so much money, and when they are taken into court, you only take one small paltry sum of an entire how many hundreds of billion. You are saying we're looking for 1.5 billion for road construction across Nigeria. What is 1.5 billion that we cannot afford from the monies that have been stolen from this country? We have a better loot that has come back to this country. Have we accounted for the use of this loot that has come back to this country? So let us, if he wants to drive a change and stimulate Nigerians to believe that, because hope is a word that is sold to people, and I was sorry for people who were fainting for the idea of hope. Hope can be very misleading. What we need are actionable actions, forwarded with consequences in the right direction.
Consequences, that is one thing we hardly have here. Consequences for bad behavior or good behavior, we hardly have that. Okay, let me quickly run through just a couple of the front pages. I will go back to looking at them. So let me do that like in 3 or so minutes. We'll take a look at The Guardian first. Hope betrayed at 31. Citizens in dire straits, still in search of democratic ideals, dividends. And we have the picture in front of The Guardian, where we have the president running with the flag of June 12, democracy at 25, June 12 at 31, renewed hope and different flags. We have tombs and different things. Check out that picture. I understand our economic difficulties. You don't. Atiku, others tell Tinubu. Labour rules out timeline for new minimum wage, expect 6 figures. Now, the president said he's going to send the finance, everything out. And I'm wondering, have they agreed on a figure? That was a question Rufai also asked. So what is he passing to the House? Cancel autonomy. Afenifere says Tinubu playing to the gallery suits divisionary, hypocritical. Truth on the fire. The multi-front assault on facts during 2023 general elections. Nigeria's debt servicing gulps $2.2 billion in 5 months. Federal government needs 15 trillion naira to execute 260 road projects, says Umai. And Kaduna pardons 110 convicts to mark Democracy Day. Those ones I just took from The Guardian, and I'll take The Nation. The Nation, ongoing reforms will lead to stronger economy, says Tinubu. And the quote, let's keep fire of democracy burning. Lawmakers to get a bill on agreed minimum wage. Also, we have witness Emefiele ignored Buhari's approval in Naira printing. DSS warns protesters with sinister motive. This is as concerning today, June 12. Police don't breach the peace. That's what the police is also saying. I believe in council autonomy, Kwara governor affirms, why ethnic politics is a ticking time bomb by Jonathan. That was something he said yesterday, and he said, carry people along. We need to be all inclusive in this thing we're doing. Daily Times talks about Olukoyede. EFCC received 14,000 petitions in 1 year. Security agencies mobilize officers against threats of mass protests as per Democracy Day. PEMSEC under heat over allegations of sexual harassment in Ministry of Foreign Affairs. I saw the letter out there. I was like, okay, well done.
When I saw that, I told myself, this is a ping pong about to be unleashed.
I'm
and I
telling
hope
you.
that the woman in the center of this conversation, right, will not be the one who suffers the most. Because that really smelt of a lot of things I am trying not to even say on air. And that takes me back to that big title in the Daily Times, where it says that the Niger State moves against domestic violence with 3-year jail term. I think this is an important conversation. Why? Because somewhere in the penal code and somewhere in the Sharia law, there's an enablement that tells a man that you can punish your wife if she does not do what you want. And the usual definition of punish your wife often manifests as domestic violence. It often manifests as, hitting the woman. They can beat, they can maim her, they can cut her hand, they can do anything they want to do to her. So I am happy that the Niger State government, because there's something called the VAP Act, the Violence Against Persons Prohibition Act. So for them to insist that there will be a 3-year jail term for anybody, whether you're a man or woman, engaged in domestic violence, and you will serve 3-year term, I think is a powerful deterrent to all of these excesses where somebody will think that you have a right over your wife's life simply because she does not agree with you. And so you can chop off her hand, you can physically beat her, you can deny her meal in the house, you can deny her financial monies, you can punish her in any form. There's no way how any human being can have such a power. Even parents don't have such a power. And if you did exhibit that kind of behavior, you are going to jail.
Now, for Vanguard, they said why Nigeria startups are struggling. There is a cholera outbreak out there. 5 die, 60 hospitalized in Lagos. And we also have, I'll just take a couple from the Vanguard. Jonathan to Tinubu, build democracy that will reduce frictions. And I think they should speak to the aides, right? They talk too recklessly online. Somebody should caution those aides too. Anyway, let me finish this. June 12, current challenges being used to impair democracy. Tinubu, police, military's attitude to banditry frustrating Zamfara governor. And he's saying that they do not respond quickly. They do not really act as they should act. And it's making things quite difficult. Dangote Refinery postpones commencement of petrol supply to July. And maybe I'll just take the last one. From 8 o'clock, we'll start taking your calls. That means I will just wrap this up. And I'm sure you understand why we've dragged up to this point. Tinubu may reshuffle cabinet, create new ministry. Some ministers to go. I'll send bill on minimum wage to National Assembly soon, President. That was from Daily Trust. And there are other things you could also check out here. Minister seeks probe of PEMSEC over alleged sexual harassment. She wants to destroy man of integrity. They don't start to wants to destroy man of integrity. Democracy Day, Tinubu hails Abiola, others warns against anti-democratic forces. President vows to preserve democracy, appeases Nigerians over economic hardship. And this one, Lagos-Calabar Highway, FD reroutes mega project, slashes lanes to 6 that they want to cut. Because I'll be taking others maybe later on. Joseph, quickly react to one you react to, because from 8, the parliamentarians will come in. Joseph?
I think the first one is on the issue of sending it to minimum wage. I don't know. What you said is we don't know if Labour have agreed in one way or the other. And we equally see a list of states that will be paying various amount of money. But if we are still discussing and some people are already taking decision in the various states, I don't know how what we are going to do about that. Then the other one that I'm very surprised that the president did not give us a very concrete roadmap in respect of our education. Because
and insecurity.
Yeah, so if for any country to move forward, want to see your policy, want to see your approach towards education, because you can easily lead or manage an informed individual. But a situation whereby under this administration, before university people used to pay service charge, but now university now pay tuition fee, whereby even in Unilag you will pay NEPA bill. Let me put it that way: student pay NEPA bill for Unilag. It's part of the school fees. You understand it? Then why the school fees normal it has gone up? Hostel charges has gone up. So if you see any country that want to move forward, education is supposed to be like close to like social responsibility. That if my people are well educated, it will be easy for us to be able to push the country forward. But if it's whereby a government that want to make education like a revenue generation agency or outfit, then we are in for trouble.
Ejiro?
Okay, so at the end of the day, bottom line is this: we are going to make this country work. And I think our conversation in the media going forward is how we will begin to empower every single Nigerian with the information they need so that we can take this country to where it needs to go. I've always talked about our character deficit, and it is time we begin to look inwards. Our problem is us. We created this monster that is eating us alive today. And if we're going to change it, it's going to start from our homes. Enough of just always pointing at government, because the truth of the matter is government is made up of people, and people are us. So from the homes that we have, when we talk about the poor reading culture, it's because parents have not modeled before the children about reading culture, nor encouraged them. That is one. When we talk about character deficits, we're having a young generation of young people who are going to enter into the civil service. They have listened to their parents who used to be in civil service, who talk about how they were running things and how they were not even going to work sometimes. That was the lifestyle we modeled for them. They are now going with that mentality into that space. You see a situation where that student who went online to boast that she settled people so that she get the result she got. The university did something that was remarkable. The university said, you see that your certificate, we will return it and we do not give you that. If that was how you thought you would.
You are very kind. She did not just say settled. She said she slept.
What do you want to make her talk now?
Talk the way we be now. But she's now saying, no, I was catching cruises. It's not true. Okay.
You are catching cruise. How do you say that kind of nonsense? So that's where I'm going to. That we have come to a point where we are so distorted that our distortion is becoming our reality. How does a side say that kind of a thing? How do you say that kind of? How did we get to a point where a girl will say that the way to catch a cruise is to talk something like as nasty as that? That is because our parents too have actually encourage the children to become like that. We've seen where young people are saying school na scam. Why is it a scam? Because we have seen parents who tell their children, go and buy a computer and go and scam other people. That is a distortion. We are the ones who have created this distorted society, and we're not crying. How dare we cry over the things that we have enabled? So for us to make Nigeria work, it starts with us having a character change in terms of our mindsets, in terms of our approaches to things, in terms of how we treat one another. I think we should come to a point where we need to love each other as a people, like love all the tribes, respect each other, and have a healthy dose of proper tolerance for all our diversity and our differences, so that we can work. We need to get to a point where the whistleblower law, right, is more effective than ever before. The whistleblower should not only be for high-level kinds of things. It should also be for even small-level kinds of things. In a home, if you have a brother, for example, imagine that Nigerian air matter that we're talking about. That was a minister who enabled his own brother through his own sister-in-law or that kind of connection, right? You get your own company and then you bastardize the process. For goodness sake, in a home where things are done properly and they have ethical standards and values, the moment you, as a younger brother, your elder brother who is a minister calls you and says, we want to run this double, common sense says you will tell your brother and say, brother, this is not jail. In no jail. Because the truth is, if we cannot start at that level and say, no, brother, stop this thing. No, auntie, stop this thing. It not work. Right? They will not be coming home to come and do it because they now discover that they cannot do it outside because the outside that will expose them. So they're not thinking, how do we make it a home thing? We should come to a point and say, even in the home, it is not tolerance because the ripple effect is a lot on all of us.
All right. Ejiro, thank you very much for your time this morning. I wish you a very happy Democracy Day.
Happy demonstration of happy demonstration of every other thing, good things. Demonstration of good things.
Good.
Let us demonstrate good things. It should
you.
be a demonstration of good things.
Enjoy your day. And thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
I'll see you on Monday. Bye-bye, Ejiro Mokoro.
Right.
Thank you so much. All right. Ejiro Mokoro will be joining us again on Monday. She's here Mondays to Wednesdays. I don't believe that today is Wednesday because sometimes I mix up the dates and time. Nowadays, I don't know why. Joseph Lawrence is still very much around, and he will be here till. In fact, Nami Aningo work today, Democracy Day. He's very free to join today. Now it's time for you to join us. 0700 903 903 903, 0700 903 903 903, or 0817 175 6338. That one is the WhatsApp number. You send your message, and also you can call that line. When you call, you have 90 seconds each person. You please go straight to the point. We'll do everything. You are free to say what you need to say, but we'll do everything in a very civil manner that won't cause complications for anybody, for you, nor for the station or I. And also, we'll talk about the issues and not the persons. Welcome. You're the first. Good morning. How are you?
Good morning, Delia.
Baptiste. How are you?
You are correct. You are correct. Fine.
All right.
How are you today?
I'm very fine. Happy Democracy Day. Before you start, tell me one good thing about this our democracy. Everybody must tell me one good thing this morning.
My sister Cordelia, there's no good thing.
I know. Tell me one good thing. You are the very first person. Tell me one good thing.
I cannot deceive you. There's no good thing that I observe. This man, we don't have any agenda. You don't have any agenda for us.
Did you not wake up this morning? Is that not a good thing?
Yes, that one is for God, not for human being. For God. I thank God for that. Yeah. These people don't have any agenda for us because what you're just saying here is just something they just write on the paper and they just come and tell us what is on the paper, what they wrote for him. So I don't see anything because he did not mention the major thing that is worrying Nigerians. He did not mention of insecurity. He did not mention how they will put the refinery in place. Now he said Dangote July, now August.
No, July.
July, Abi? July.
Yes.
July. But you will see now, the next time now you will hear December, January next year, 2025. My sister Cordelia, no agenda for us. So I will not lie for you. Thank you. That's my take this morning.
Thank you. Please, everybody calling, tell me one good thing. Please, I beg you. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
Yeah, hello, how are you?
Good morning, Mr. Cordelia. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. What's your name?
My name is Peter Monse from Shomolu.
Oh, you beat me. I wanted to guess it right today. All right, go ahead. Welcome.
Yeah. Thank you, man.
One good thing first.
Well, thank God for life. That is from God, like somebody said. But democracy has not, as of today, instead of giving me one good thing, has destroyed every good thing that I had before, the type of democracy we are practicing in Nigeria. Let me say something about what Tinubu said. He said he has not turned, he will never turn his back against Nigerians, and he has just done that. He's not listening to us. He's not hearing what we are saying. I thought democracy has dividend, and the dividend of democracy is to better the life of the people. Democracy is just a platform to stand and serve the people. And then you are telling me that democracy is just to organize election, and then people win election, whether fraudulent or non-fraudulent. So democracy in Nigeria is just about to organize election. It's not about to better the life of Nigerians. How many international or foreign companies have folded up, have moved away from Nigeria, which is supposed to be the democracy's dividend? And Guinness is about to go. Total left us and went to Angola to establish what they want to establish. Mr. Cordelia, this democracy under APC has destroyed everything that even the dictators have put on ground for us. I don't know what type of government we are going to use in Nigeria. This one is not democracy. It's just a gang up of some oppressors.
All right,
And that's what they have just succeeded in doing.
Thank you,
Thank
Peter.
you. God bless you. my
Have a
sister.
beautiful
good
day. Have a beautiful day. Since today is more like an abridged version, we'll try and make it 1 minute per person, if possible. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Cordelia. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Yeah, my name is Joval.
Hi, Joval. Where are you calling from?
It's been a while, Cordelia.
Yes, sir.
I live in Lagos. I am hiding in Lagos, Cordelia.
All right. Nice to have you. Been a while. That means you don't take. That means you know me before. No problem. Make we dey go. Carry on.
Cordelia, how many times am I going to introduce myself to you? All the way from Metro FM, Malachi.
Don't worry. I won't forget again. Is old age. Your 90 seconds on nearly finish. But don't worry.
Cordelia, one good thing about this administration, is that it has been able to impoverish Nigeria, and sarcastically speaking, I need to put that. So that's one good thing about this administration. Then I am not expecting anything from the president. The honest truth is that he has made so many promises in the past. He promised, including this minimum wage thing, and nothing happened. The refinery was going to work in November, nothing happened. A lot of promises. And I am not surprised, because I said it in a show this morning before yours came up, that I will not be surprised, I will not reshuffle his cabinet. And that did not happen, obviously. Nigerians, I wish you all well. Next time you are going to elect a president, please don't elect a carpenter as a pilot. That's what I wish to say this morning. Thank you, Cordelia.
Thank you, Joval. Joval has disowned us. So he said, I wish you people, he not join Nigeria again. I'll be waiting to happen. Hello, good morning.
Hey, Madam Cordelia.
Good morning. How are you?
Fine, my sim on the line. Please.
Your line sounds better today. Go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for the good work, Ndo.
Thank you.
For the sake of our dear country, I will tell you happy Democracy Day.
And one good thing too. Go ahead.
Yes. For the sake of the good country we are having, I will wish you every Nigeria happy Democracy Day, because we are getting there slowly. The reason why I say this: democracy is for the people, and if you cannot carry the people along, all you are saying, all you are reading is babas. I'm not lying to you. If you cannot carry the people along, you are just pretending to be practicing democracy. I want to tell them today that Nigeria democracy is highly sick, and you need autopsy. If you medicated attended, you need to be in the hospital for them to treat them well. Why am I saying this? Look at what you read for us this morning. Well, right speech, but it's out of content. You never even touch what is happening on the grassroots. You just come and read a love novel love speech for us. This is a love speech. We are suffering in the country. You are reading something I don't know. Maybe I will never write this speech for them.
All right, 90 seconds.
God bless you, my dear.
God bless you too. Hello, good morning.
Good morning. Hello.
Hello, Christian. How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine.
All right, go ahead.
All right. Okay, so I listened to what Ejiro said regarding character deficit in the country. The bulk of it, I would always put it on the government. As much as we have our own part to play, I would always put it, on government. The government is a reflection of who we are. If we have strong institutions and laws that are being followed, the people would align naturally. But what do you expect when, for instance, the minimum wage of a parent is 30,000 naira? She or he has to ensure that she gets to work. She has to beat traffic. You understand? Coming back is hell. She leaves the children at home in the hands of the neighbors. God forbid they're pedophiles. God forbid you don't know what the neighbor is watching on TV. Do you understand? You come home, and because she or he is trying to make ends meet, doesn't have enough time to help the children out in terms of education or to go through what they are, they've gone through in school. What do you think happens to that child? in other climes like Japan, Asian country, because they have some institutions that they follow through these things, the people align. So my friend said while in Japan, he forgot his laptop in a class, a public library. He came back the next day. It was still there. Nobody could touch it. Do you understand?
Yeah.
So the government have bastardized it. People are just fighting to survive.
Okay.
I'm watching a video, they're using cucumber to make stew.
Okay.
It's because they keep pushing us and we keep folding and folding and folding.
Okay, Christian, thank you very much. Thank you.
All right.
This cucumber stew has become popular. I watched in the morning. Now, Christian, I will go and look for it too. Let me quickly read some messages from YouTube. I got you, Brother Kingsley and Uzoma. Baba, we no need speech now. Hunger, they catch us now. Crimson, I got your message. Cynthia Omari gave us suffering and smiling country. Austrian page Ubaja, how did Nigerians get here with all you feel they're criminals in power, right? Okay. You're asking how we got here is a question. Hello, good morning.
We got here on our foot. Good morning, Madam Speaker.
Remy, without the Martins. I should have a representative of yours in a bottle in front of me right now. Not that I take it.
Don't worry. It will arrive soon.
Go ahead.
You see, saying Happy Democracy Day is a betrayal of over 5 million children out of school. It's a betrayal of Nigerians that were gunned down, armless Nigerians that were gunned down by APC government few years ago. Saying Happy Democracy Day is an endorsement of the perpetual stealing that have taken place by the, you call them ruling elites. I call them stealing elites since 1999. Please tell me how many politicians got to power since 1999 that did not get richer than how they were before they left. Then now flip it over to the citizens. How many citizens' life has been better off as a result of this democracy? Now, Bola Tinubu is telling you that this reform are necessary. We need to understand. He's simply telling us we need to understand why children should start to school and they have enough money to send people on Hajj, to fund their whole luxurious life. I think we need to think this time should be a reflection time, okay? If Abiola died for democracy, his death has been in vain. And today, there's nothing to be happy about. We need to mourn for Nigeria. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Remy. You just made me very quiet right now. Let me read some more messages from YouTube. I want to let you know quickly that at 10:30 we'll be back. Any message I do not take now. We're going to continue this segment at 10:30. Maybe time is anyway. I'll take all the messages at that point, and we'll still have a lot to share. Joseph Lawrence will still be here. Other things being equal, we'll have a guest join us too later on. I'll be looking at the issue on the ground. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, Mazi from Germany. Good morning,
Welcome.
my sister.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, I listened to Chief Tinubu's Democracy Day speech, and I found it very, 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 annoying. Firstly, why are these people sitting down and addressing the nation? It is sign of, arrogance. That I have not seen a president of a country, unless someone who is a disabled one, sitting down and addressing the nation. I have not seen it anywhere. And the military dictators did this, and the civilians are doing the same. Secondly, this man, after 1 year, this man has not spoken, has not called for any press conference. 1 hour, 2 hours, taking questions and answering questions from different, platforms. I've not seen him. And this is democracy. Under this democracy, civilians have been killed unarmed civilians have been killed more than in the military dictatorship. I can count many of them. from IPOB members, from shared members, from NSAS members. And is it democracy? My sister, here I have seen violent protests. No demonstration was killed. Look at what is happening now. All this pro-Hamas, protest everywhere. Nobody has been killed. Look at what is happening in France. Nobody has been killed in France. Because France, in Europe, they have the most violent, the protesters. But Nigeria will kill everybody, even in democracy. Let me tell you, my sister, finally, okay. I'm not a child. I witnessed the military dictatorship, and let me tell you, my life was better. Nigeria was safer. Nigeria was richer under the so-called juntas than these people who are making Nigeria, dry.
All right, Mazi. All right, thank you very much. The time has expired. All right, thank you so much, Joseph. The messages on YouTube, walay, now fight, they just a fight for there. I know fit. Some are complaining. Pre-recorded speech. They're usually pre-recorded now. The fights there. Abiodu, are you able to read them and not just get that power? Hello, good morning. No, your radio. Hello, good morning.
Hello, Madam Cornelia, good morning.
Good morning. Your name?
My name is Mary from Postac.
Welcome. Go ahead.
If not that, I wanted to listen to your program normally every morning. It gives me joy. I wouldn't have wasted my time listening to that speech by
Don't be angry.
the president.
Don't be angry.
It's just empty and useless.
Don't be angry.
It doesn't give hope.
Don't be angry.
It doesn't give hope. He's still telling us stories. After 25 years, people are dying of hunger. What is practicing? Is it democracy? This is not democracy. It's dictatorship. And there is nothing in that speech that will give somebody hope. Sorry for Nigeria, because right now it's unfortunate that listening to him will not give somebody hope. Even the LSE you are talking about, he didn't address it. He didn't address poverty. He didn't address economy. We're very Guinness of how people are living in Nigeria. Those ones don't even move the people at the end of our affairs. And he's telling us how people that died. Those people that died, if they were to look back from their grave, would they be happy with the decision of this country under the democracy? Abiola, who was a kind man. He speaks, but he doesn't hold water. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Have a nice day. He just asked a question. Those who died for democracy, seeing what we have now, the president said that it's not just a thing of history, it's a reality, and the reality is facing us here right now. 30 seconds. Do you think they'll be happy with what we have right now? Oh, sorry, please. Okay. All right, go ahead.
Okay, those that were happy, maybe it will be difficult for you to say they will be happy. I'll be having one big challenge with my children. Every day, the old but new national test, what they come say, Daddy, the old new national should be helping. And I did actually know that old now new. I didn't know it.
You didn't know it?
I didn't know it very well because I'm thinking about their school fees. There are so many things that I need to quickly give attention
that
to. So
reminds
taking me back to it's one of the gifts.
Don't hold on, Joseph. Okay. Don't overlearn it right now because there is a little bit of confusion there too. Okay. Akpabio came out yesterday and was saying that NOA is spreading the wrong national anthem, and they started listing and correcting the things that were there. I don't know where NOA got their own from, and can you see what's going on here? And you've already announced it before. You're saying we want to do competition, give it sound. What?
You know, for Akpabio, he's a wonderful person. It's like, you know, when you see some people in the social media, they go to a person's house or a person's car and use it to snap picture and put it on their status. Like the statement from Dangote. Dangote is a private refinery. To me, it was at NNPC refinery in Delta State, Port Harcourt, maybe Kaduna, and in making that kind of wonderful speech, it would have been a very nice one. But you are using another person's father's house to proud. So as a president, so right. God that will help us.
Amen. Hello, good morning. Hello, how are you?
Hello.
Hello.
Good morning.
Yeah, your name?
Good morning.
Good morning. Go ahead.
Fine, Femi Kojo.
Welcome, Ifeanyi. Go ahead. Go ahead.
For me, I don't see anything to celebrate on this Democracy Day. That is for me, because many companies now are folding up. Many companies. And all those companies that are folding up now, there are many people that they were feeding because people that are working under them. And now they are going. Most of these people, they are complaining about higher taxes. And this man did not have anything to do about it. To remove those taxes or reduce it, his one is just coming out every day to tell people that he is feeling with them. Is this thing, is this? I don't know. It's kind of feeling that he has for Nigeria that they start to be killing people, suffering people with high taxes. And many companies are folding. People that are working before, and they no longer have jobs. All these taxes and taxes here and there, what is this? What are they doing with the money? That is my question. Because they want to build road now, they'll go and borrow money. They want to build bridge, they'll go and borrow money. They want to build a house for the president, they'll go and borrow money. At the end of all this borrow now, still here, taxes are collecting here and there, charging higher taxes, everything. Common network now that we're using to make on now, all the 4 major networks now, they're connected them with one code, which means they announce VAT, taxes, higher taxes in everything. And we will come out here boldly telling us that he has feeling for us. He don't have any feeling. For me, nothing to celebrate on this. They should go and arrest. Thank you.
Thank you very much. But calm down, no, the vex too much. Calm down. Same thing. People also saying on YouTube, complaining Mama Basui companies are moving out of Nigeria. Oga, change our policies, please. Cynthia Omori gave her, what a shame. They are complaining that it's a recorded speech. Oh, yes, usually they are. And somebody's worried that why quoting an American president and not Nelson Mandela, still thinking of your colonizers or what? Loads of messages we have here talking about the speech. And somebody here is asking me if I'm from Benin. No, actually, I lived in Benin for a very long time. And I'm actually Soko from Delta State. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Cordelia.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm fine. How is Spain? You're doing good?
Well, I'm okay. I'm fine.
All right, 90 seconds.
Yeah. Okay, Cordelia. Thank you. Okay, well, I wanted to say this something, but maybe tomorrow, let me just, because of the good thing you did yesterday, I want to bet. Yeah, let me leave it for
tell
tomorrow.
Me the good thing so that I'll be happy today too.
No, I don't know if it will. 90 minutes to say do this in 90 seconds.
Okay.
Let me just go straight to what I
tomorrow.
Concerning, I just appreciate your this analyst this morning. The guy, I don't know the name. He said concerning Tinubu understanding about our economy. I think he did not understand, but let me say that he understand.
It's
and we
Joseph.
Understand too.
I think it's Joseph.
Okay. He understand and we understand too, but what we need is action. At least, if you want to do something, at least the farmers let him make sure that the farmers go back to farm. If you want to build the economy, and not just coming to give us a good this thing that we just listen and be happy. At the end of it, nothing, no action. So that's one. There's concerning Labour Party. I don't know if they really want to know what they want, what they are there for. Do you know that Labour Party can just mobilize people and stop this million or 20 billion or billion this vice president this thing what is it called, the office or what? Labour Party, if they really want to know what they stand for, they can mobilize people and tell them, no, this cannot happen.
Wait, Nadi, hold on, let's get it right. Are you talking, your time is up, but I'd like us to address this. Okay. Are you talking of NLC, Labour Party, or obedient? There are 3 different things. Do not confuse the Labour Party with the obedient.
Sorry, yeah. Thank you.
Which one of them?
I love you. Really, just say. No, well, let me say Labour Union.
Yes, because Labour Party right now they're always fighting themselves. Obedience, they are from different parties. So tell me, which one are you picking?
Thank you. I'm talking of the one of the leader.
Okay, NLC.
Labour Union.
NLC.
At least this guy just, if you don't really want to know what he's there for, he can mobilize people and tell them, no, this money can never be spending our money this way.
All right.
That's how we do it here.
Okay, thank you.
Let me concerning the press. Let me see. Let me leave it for another day.
Okay,
Maybe tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Have a nice day, my dear.
Have a beautiful day yourself. Bye-bye. All right, we should be wrapping this up shortly, Joseph. We have 10:30 to continue, but maybe we'll take this one as a last call for this segment. My WhatsApp people, no offense, so don't be angry because I have special time. I'm going to read all your messages.
Cordelia, I'm already angry.
Oh, God of ages, past and present. What's happening again? Good morning.
Niger State government, this is a matter for face tag.
Okay.
They should not even try to implement gender case law in Niger. It's not Lagos State. But what is happening in Lagos State in gender case is one of the fraudulent agents they are using to blackmail, to frustrate life in Lagos State.
Why? What do you mean?
In Lagos State, you may have a problem with your tenant. It will just allege you. You want to sleep with her. It became a case in Lagos State. And
have you had such a situation? Have you seen such a situation play out?
Oh, Cordelia, I wish you can move down to the court in Oshodi, in the Keja High Court, and go and see what is happening here.
Okay, Emeka, please, let's do something here. I need you to help me do something too, right? You just raised a very strong allegation now. I need you to, this same number that you called, I need you to put together whatever you have as let's say, evidence in quote, and send to us. And somebody from here will follow it up. Do you understand? Then we will have this conversation again. Okay?
I will definitely do that.
Oh, please do that.
I will definitely do that. And call someone that is a victim of that.
Okay, please do that. Please do that so that it will not just be wild. All right, thank you very much, Emeka. All right, bye-bye. All right, let me just read one message from Ikotoegbe, a.k.a. Mayor Duru, a.k.a. Mayor, that is Martins Duru. Good morning to you. Today is Democracy Day. According to APC government, two major achievements since APC took over power in 2015. Number one, changing from May 29 to June 12. Number two, old national anthem to new one. So these are the two things we are celebrating today as a country. Let me remind APC government and their followers, they met a bag of rice at 7,500 naira, now 85,000. A pint of gari was 200 naira, today 4,000 naira. A derrick of beans 80 naira, today 1.5. A tuber of yam at 500, today is 5,000. And fuel 87, today $700. 300 naira, today 1.4. It goes on and on and on. So, my dear fellow Nigerians, what is there to celebrate? Since 2015, APC took over power. I've never bought a bag of half bag of rice in my house. Maybe once, Democracy Day. Okay, you say maybe once. Okay, I get you. All right, let's stop there. Adigun, Mona, leave these messages. I'm going to come back to them. Happy Democracy Day. Oh. I see you ready for the day.
Yes. After listening to
wait, we're trying to get your mic. Okay, speak again.
Yes, Happy Democracy Day.
Happy Democracy Day.
My fellow Nigerians.
Your fellow Nigerians.
Yes. I just finished listened to the 7 a.m. broadcast by our president, but it's well.
Me, I was hoping I would hear something about security.
We didn't hear anything about security. Even the new minimum wage, you didn't say, okay, this is how much I'm going to pay them. You only told
I'm going to take the
papers to the National Assembly. So the papers they are taking to the National Assembly might still be the 62,000.
Now that go boss to organize. So make it not be because NLC trusted him so much to do something tangible. That's why they carry body go ILO meeting till Friday before they come back. When they don't come back, see what he passed.
Even the issue whether state policing
and all that.
In fact, it's just I think issue of security is always a different here. We are not to some extent very, very serious when we talk of security of our life and
we expected a lot of things from our president, but the speech looks dry, looks dry.
It looks dry. Oh well, let's see how it plays out. So Handsome is here. Okay, Marama. I'm checking your mic number. Oh, Kui, answer for me.
That name is not Okay Marama. You're trying to say rather is fine.
Ewo Chineke.
Okay Marama. And you're pronouncing it with boldness. Somebody says somebody is progressing in error.
Wait, Woke Marama.
You will go far.
I have already gone far. So far, that's what we've heard. Let's hear you guys. I'm sure you're going to take it up from there. Are you going to analyze in Igbo, or you have something coming up?
We have full house. We have Barrister Darlington live. We have Tony Mbata, and we have one
Mr. Emeka
Madunago. So it's full
we don't
house.
want to talk much today. We want to allow them
to talk. You look at the speech, or I'll be waiting.
We look at the speech. Them Nigeria 31 years after. Then even
June
26
12.
years after the death of MKO Abiola.
And we'll be doing something like that too later on. You join us at 10:30. Joseph will still be in the house, and we'll have a guest, hopefully joining us from the Lagos State government. Tell me a bit about that. We have 30 seconds.
We are going to look at what is going on in Lagos State. Lagos State had the issue of June 12. So let's see how far.
And the person coming, hopefully,
is government official, Formation Commissioner, Bengal Motosho, by special grace of God, will be having him.
If a protest, maybe they say they may. Anyway, let's wait. And you will be there. I'll take all the messages as promised. I'm Cordelia Obe Abiodun or JDG. How did they chop to call this name? Jesus. Thank you very much, Abiodun. See you guys at 10:30.
Broadcasting worldwide. Voice of the people, 90.3 FM.